Joining me now is counselor to President Trump, Kellyanne Conway. Hi, Kellyanne.
Hi. My first impression is I'm very pleased to be on your good side and hope to always remain there.
Let me tell you something. You know, the sad part of all this is once we find out what has happened, we realize that all the good stuff that you have been trying to talk about, the administration has been trying to talk about, has been basically covered by this theory, this conspiracy, the president under investigation. What is your reaction to this?
There really is a tale of two White Houses, and I'm here to talk about the many measures the president is taking, Jeanine, including just this very week, that has impact on people's lives, and that's why he's there. That's why the vice president's why we're all there. And this was Infrastructure Week. It was very successful. The president spent 4 of the 5 days working with governors, mayors, other municipal leaders, tribal leaders. He went to the Department of Transportation and made a huge announcement. And at the beginning of the week, he announced something I think everybody should be very happy about. A way to modernize and bring into the 21st century our air system, air traffic control system.
It's so pathetic.
You know, it was built to accommodate 100,000 passengers annually. We now have about 1 billion passengers annually. Right? So this will make it easier, safer, and more able just to compete with the demands. Let's see if the Democrats, who have promised to resist and obstruct and impede every effort by this president, let's see if they get on board with something as simple and nonpartisan as improving air traffic control. So your weights are less on the tarmac, the hassle is less, and frankly, safety is the number one concern. Also, just this week, veterans took a giant step forward. Literally, the government has struggled for decades to do something as simple as having seamless record keeping between the Department of Defense and the Veterans Administration. And this week, President Trump and Secretary David Shulkin at the VA came together and announced that now veterans will be treated as one patient through the system. It's a great step forward for them getting that seamless care. We've heard all these tragic stories about
horrible stories
veterans waiting for care, some dying waiting for care. Also, another week, another major insurer pulling out of the Obamacare exchanges. As Vice President Pence said very sternly just today, Obamacare is dead. The only people who won't admit that are the Democrats, who are in the way of better health care.
Yeah. You know, let me ask you about Comey. I know the president has indicated that he is willing to testify under oath. And Jim Comey, you know, has made all of these allegations about the president and you know, the suggestion that, you know, the president has done something wrong. Do you think that this puts an end to it, or do you think Jim Comey, especially with his good friend Bob Mueller, are not done yet?
I simply can't comment on Jeanine, and I would refer you to the president's own comments. I would refer you to the comments of his personal lawyer, Mr. Mark Hasowitz, who delivered those comments publicly the other day, and certainly people like you are out there expressing their opinions as well. But if you work in the White House, you really have no comment. The other thing I just wanted to preview for this coming week, because it's really exciting, is Workforce Development Week. And President Trump, along with his daughter Ivanka Trump, is also a senior advisor to the president, will be going to Wisconsin to meet with Governor Walker and Secretary of Labor Acosta. They'll be going there to talk at a technical college, really see what's going on there and get some best practices, as Ivanka's been doing with these roundtables and these listening sessions. This involvement in workforce development means that if people want a vocational educational technical educational skills certificate, they should have access to that. Not everybody is college material. Not everybody has to graduate from a 4-year college with a mountain of debt and very few employment prospects.
And so this is something that's different from previous years.
Well, it is. And I've seen governors like Scott Walker, like Mike Pence when he was governor. I worked with him on this very initiative where people are saying, look, if you are in a skills certificate program, you can graduate and be employable. Welders, carpenters, plumbers, hairdressers.
All right,
that's all good. We need to value that. We need to value that as a country.
We do.
And Ivanka Trump and her father will be out there doing that.
I think that's one of the reasons that the president was elected.
Correct.
But I want to talk about Jared Kushner has said he's willing to testify before the Senate Intel Committee. Today, the Attorney General, Jeff Sessions, says, I'm willing to testify. The president said, I'm willing to testify. Do you think that there is a way now to put an end to this, or do you think the Democrats are just going to keep going after the president until they're done?
I long ago stopped predicting what the Democrats will do. I do, to your larger point, though, about them outwardly saying resist, obstruct. Neil Gorsuch, whose credentials are beyond, beyond reproach, getting just a handful of Senate votes. I think none of them coming together on health care. We don't see any of them coming together on taxes or infrastructure. And I would tell you, the president always welcomes Democratic support, but you see some of them calling for, extreme measures already. And I just feel people need to, I know that it was Donald Trump as a candidate who was asked that October 19th debate in Las Vegas, and asked every single day after that, 15 times we all were asked, will he accept the election results? The question is, when will they?
They won't. But does it ever get, when you've got so many good things to talk about, so many things that you're doing, when everyone is working so hard, do you ever feel like, why am I doing this?
No, I don't feel that way at all.
Never.
I'm there because I have a very unique opportunity as one little molecule in this entire administration to help impact people's lives. And I hear from them constantly. I travel this country a couple days a week, and we hear from people. People will get on social media. They'll call us at the White House. They send many letters. Please don't forget, and please remind the president. I always hear the same things. We're praying for him. We support you. We want the country to succeed. And there are hundreds of millions of Americans out there who support him and want his success.
I got one more thing. You are more than a little molecule in the administration. Let me say that. Give yourself more question. And finally, are there tapes?
The president has said he'll let us know, and he has said publicly he'll let us know. Everybody has to wait and see, and I convert that personally into no comment because I have no comment.
I got it. Kellyanne Conway, thanks so much for joining. It's good to see you. And up next, President Trump's attorney, Jay Sekulow, is standing by live with the reaction to all the Comey news. Plus, my one-on-one interview with Donald Trump is still ahead, Donald Trump Jr. And later, Hillary's running out of people to blame, but that's not stopping her from coming up with more exclusives. Tonight's Treat Justice, you don't want to miss it. A packed hour continues right here. Don't go away. She's blamed everybody. Who hasn't she blamed?
She hasn't blamed Canadians.
That's a good point.